It's a beautiful Sunday, and I'm Adam Post, and I'm here with my friend. I'm going to treat you with respect today. Chimera. I always call you Chimera. And I have a thing about saying people's names correct. I just have always felt this, I don't know, bizarre connection with you, like a big brother thing or a little brother thing. You could be 110. I have no idea. But to me, I look at it and I say, all right, Chimera, Shimmer, whatever. And you hit me up and you were like, hey, so are you going to do streaming again? I got this new project going, and I have been like, we're finishing the Mermaids. I got like so tied up with that, and then I was just telling you earlier, I got tied up with my other business as well. Plus, I'm working on a new character that I am writing myself. And for me, it's just so time consuming. So I just didn't get to it. I'm like, no. Now it's time. Like I've been neglecting my my brotherhood here in the Comicsgate universe. It's time for me to pay a little bit of attention to what the hell's going on. Whoa, it's Zofrats. Hey, Zofrats, great to see you. And hey, Alex Rogan's Ghost. Alex Rogan's Ghost is saying, hey, Adam, sorry you didn't make it to the CG art auction this weekend. Looking forward to bidding on your COTD, College of the Dead variant cover. Yeah, I'm going to message you about that. Sorry, I was not there. I love Comicsgate. I love the Comicsgate streams. It's incredibly fun. So I'm going to be there when I can, always. But not all the time. And frankly, I always felt a little funny with the art auctions too, because even though I have purchased some of the original art of what we've published, I don't like parting with it because I really love this art, but then I like fans to have it too if they really love it. But I don't like parting with it. And secondly, like I'm not an artist, so I wouldn't want money to go to me to help somebody pay their rent or something like that. And that's a big part of why Ethan does those streams. But I'll be there. I'll be there again soon when there's a spot and when I've got something cool. But I will message you, Alex, and see. You're not really Alex. You're a different guy, but it's something that you want me to see if we can work something out. But Chimera, it's great to see you, man. Congratulations on yet another project that you're doing. I don't want people to think I was teasing. It's so funny because sometimes I look for a sign. I don't look for a sign, but even I can't miss them sometimes. So like, Adam, have you noticed?
God.
So look, have you seen this story?
Yeah,
scientists are now growing human monkey chimera embryos.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, I think I did see this because.
Your name's Chimera. You've got to be into chimeras, like to some degree.
Well, it's based off a comic I did in 2017 where the monsters were called chimeras.
So I just
used it. Yeah, it's just
Alex
something I used.
Rogan Ghost, artist or not, you always bring something to the show. Well, I appreciate that. My point was just. Hopefully I do. Lately, I've gone on Ethan's show a little bit tipsy sometimes, and a little wild. Ethan mentioned that he listens a lot to the Howard Stern show. I used to listen to the old Howard Stern shows too, and I was like, you know what? That's really good training for what we do. Like when we're on live streams, just the interaction and the timing and your personalities, and also being willing to like say some things about yourself that you listen to later and you're like, I wish I wouldn't have said that. But just like it's good for the audience, like you're contributing. So I do that for that. And I think it's fun. But sometimes it does get a little bit wild. So hopefully I never offend anybody. Hey, it's Jay Money. Good to see you, Jay Money. I'm sorry, Chimera. So you have heard a little bit about this story.
Yeah, I follow an account called Alex Jones is Always Right on Twitter. And so
he is always right. He shouldn't be. Because I think like he might have been a plant as well or something. I don't know. I was on YouTube. Well, we're all on YouTube constantly, but I was watching something on YouTube earlier. And I was like, oh my God, they used to have Alex Jones on YouTube. Like old enough to remember, right? So we're going to do the Chimera story. But what's amazing is you've got another book out. This is your fourth project?
Yeah.
So congratulations on your fourth project. The art looks good. What is Testament, which is a great word? What is Testament about, your new project?
Yeah, it's a science fantasy graphic novel. It takes place on a post-apocalyptic world called Vaughn, and it's basically a sellsword, which is a fantasy term for mercenary. Carl von Magnuson, and he's out on revenge against the king at the top left there.
A post-apocalyptic world. So this is sort of like a world ruined by me.
Yeah. I
Adam
use that.
Post.
Well, I
That
use
could
that
be-
lightly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because
What do you mean you use post-apocalyptic lightly?
Well, right there. I mean, you see a city.
This place looks beautiful. I'd like to move there.
Yeah, but there's like wastelands and stuff. So like only parts of the world are.
Everybody's got bad neighborhoods. This is almost getting obligatory. The incredible Canaan White cover, right?
No,
Rob Willis. Rob Willis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Rob Willis.
Damn, he's good.
Yeah. So that's like the exclusive cover, and I won't reprint that. So that's only the first printing thing to make it special.
There's no way to convince you to reprint it?
Nope.
Threats?
No, the Joe Ball
Money?
cover. The Joe Ball cover will be the main cover from now on.
Women? Tickling? If you guys can think of a way to convince him to reprint that. J Money has the best personality. I'm studying the J Money Guide to Winning Friends and Influencing People, and that has gotten me in trouble lately. Hello, where are all the crazy monkey experiments? All right, Dennis, that's a phenomenal question. And I'm going to stop reviewing this book to go urgently, and immediately to Dennis's request. Because basically, let's be honest, Dennis runs things, and I respect you, Dennis. Chimera, I respect you too, even enough to call you Chimera. So this is what the monkey picture was all about. It's a real thing. Now, Chimera, that's his nickname. I call him Chimera also. Everyone else respects him and calls him Chimera. I don't know why I do that. I do it. But I saw this article on Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge is a great site for me. They have all kinds of cool money stories and like weird science stories. So Zero Hedge does this story. Scientists are growing human monkey chimera embryos. Like a different kind of human monkey being. Now, Alex Jones did warn about this 10, 15 years ago. I mean, at least 10. But look, when you get on in years, like whatever, everything seems like 10 years ago or yesterday. So yeah, this freaking article says that an international team of scientists was led by gene expression expert Juan Carlos whatever from the Salk Institute in California. So supposedly, along with his team, he implanted human stem cells. I thought they were not supposed to be effing with stem cells. That was like a big thing 20 years ago. Weren't they going to be like, Chimera, do you know about this stem cells? Yeah, Didn't they say they're not doing it?
Yeah, that was apparently abortion is a big like craze now. So now it's okay to use fetus tissue or whatever.
Now it's the cool thing.
Yeah.
Chimera, are you using fetus tissue?
No. I'm the result of fetus tissue.
Yeah. So you are, okay. Well, it might be another stream. We could talk about that.
No.
So yeah, they're admitting publicly, according to RT, I guess, but they're admitting publicly. The story has been in a few places now, and I've seen it around. I'm like, what? It doesn't surprise me they're doing this, that they're mixing like human and monkey DNA to create something else. It surprises me that it's being publicly released. So doesn't that surprise you, Chimera? Like you hear that and you're like, well, why are they telling us?
Because they don't care. I mean, 4 years ago they wouldn't, but nowadays, like they literally don't give a shit.
No,
they're just gonna do whatever they want.
Yeah, and we're gonna be like, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
All right, so they're really doing this, and if they're doing this and they're talking about this publicly, God knows what else they're doing, and why they're doing it. I mean, basically, is this our future? What can you really do about it? You haven't seen anybody really speak out against it. The church is like even overwhelmed. You don't even hear from those guys anymore. That's the whole thing. Like with people owning like a lot of their own personal guns and things. I may not own like all sorts of guns and things like that. But I might also watch out, Chimera. But I'm glad that people do, you know, and I'm not like really religious, but I'm glad people are really religious. Let them watch out for stuff like that. You know, let them point out and say, hey, no, stop mixing people with monkeys. And to what? Have a master. What are they doing? It's not a master race. It's I don't like it. I'm not a big fan, but I do like Testament. So sorry for that interruption in Testament. We're now back to focusing completely on Testament. We know that Testament is about a post-apocalyptic world, which we use lightly because some places still look nice, but there are wastelands. A teenage drifter battles the ruthless king who killed his family.
Yeah.
Completely inappropriate to kill his family. So is this a whole royalty structure kind of thing? Like there's kings and queens and princes and jazz? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of modeled it a bit after German, Imperial Germany before World War One. So that's why there's some Gothic architecture and so forth.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's beautifully done. And this is your fourth project. So you shipped all three of the other ones so far?
Yep, I shipped the first two in 2020, and I just shipped SOS Volume 2 this month.
Well, congratulations, man.
Yeah, I'm 3 for 3.
Excellent. And are you finding a lot of people that backed the previous ones are backing the new thing?
Yeah, I try to keep track, but it's literally over hundreds of names. I can't keep up anymore. I just assume they back it. I used to be able to keep track, and then I just don't care.
Of course, you want people to back it and support it. You are a proven track record creator. All right. Now, the art looks great.
Yeah, Juliano Silva did the pencils and ink, and Marcos Martin did the colors. This is actually my first book that's fully colored.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Eric Weathers on lettering. He is a lettering whiz.
Yeah, we'll probably knock that out in July. I just want to get most of the art done.
Okay. How many? And you've got a great. I really like Joe Ball's work. He really.
Yeah. So that'll be
so awesomely noodly.
Yeah. That cover captures everything. That's everything you basically need to know, all on the cover.
Wow. Joe is good. Oh, your colorist really knows how to handle his work. It's tough to color Joe Ball's work.
Yeah, that I found him after like 2 or 3 people I hired failed, and so my interior colors colored that cover, and then for the Willis cover I got Adam Brown, who's worked.
He's really good.
Yeah, American Gods, and he's colored Bisley before, so that's why it has like a 2000 AD kind of look to it.
It's just really nice. I like that. I guess he's a Panther dude. I like his eyes. It's great.
Yeah, it's a mutated wolf. I can see Panther because he's so muscular, but that's because he's mutated. He's a chimera, if you will.
A chimera. We love chimeras. We're all about the chimeras. Yeah, my vision is not that good, so I'm lucky I can see color. Yeah. Did Joe give feedback on this?
Yeah, I gave him. Yeah, I gave him a description, and then he came back with 2 whips, and I'm like, oh, his idea is much better than mine. I'm like, oh,
whip is a work in progress, right?
Yeah, cool. That's his cover. I came up with something different. I'm like, oh wow, that's actually better.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's beautiful. Really, really nice work. Did you write? Now you write all these, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to start writing again. I really haven't. I mean, I wrote a new script for G.I. Jackrabbits with Professor Geek. I wrote G.I. Jackrabbits back in the day. I do like mostly editor level writing in the past, where it's sort of like, look, we're looking for this project to be like this. These are the aesthetics, and then you're making sure that that is executed like that. I wrote more of Chromium Man when we published it in the 90s, but yeah, it's. Writing is to me, the writing discipline's as serious as the art discipline. So how are you finding, like you're on your 4th project that you're writing now, or have you written before this?
Yeah, I've been writing this since 2017. I actually meant to launch this in 2020, but like you said, writing is hard. So I wanted to make sure the entire arc was written before I did anything.
Yeah, good for you, man. I mean, a lot of people they put 110% into their projects, and that's me on my next one. Oh, this is so dynamic. This is great. That is as 3D as you can get. Where'd you find this artist?
You know what? I don't remember the website, but I was asking
Okay.
around in 2019, and the guy who did Iron Skies, Chris Rowe, gave me a website, and so I posted like an ad or whatever. And out of a lot of people, I got Juliano, who's really good.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, he's a nice guy too. I'm not sure how his second book did. I know he was funding it, but I don't know if it all kind of came together or not.
No,
Yeah, this is great. The colors are great. It
yep.
looks really good. So how many pages is this book?
It's 52, and we got 30. I actually have a progress thing. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see how much is done. It says progress. Yeah, up above a little bit. No, you scroll down too far, post.
I went too far this time.
Yeah, look where it says progress. It'll be right above this page. Yep.
Okay. Line art 38 out of 52, colors 13 out of 52. So this is really coming along. This is great.
Yeah, I kind of measured we can be done by the end of July. I was hoping we'd be done sooner, but it looks like we'll be. I want to be a month ahead of schedule, but it looks like we'll just be on time.
Yeah, everything takes time. August 2021. Very cool, man. All right. I know you got a couple stretch goals.
Yeah, it's 6K. Everyone gets a Preston Acevedo painted trading card. 7K. Preston is actually going to do 8. I got to change that from 6 pages to 8. So he'll do 8 pages, bringing it to 60.
Great.
Yeah, for a backup story. So that'll be 60 pages total.
Cool.
8K. I'm a big fan of Joe Ball's art, especially Death, Death, Death. And I asked permission to use his character for a print. And so he's going to do a print for a crossover. So Carl and his Death, Death, Death character.
Excellent.
And then 10K, everyone gets a Donald DeLay trading card.
Oh, very cool. It's good to see Donald's work floating around again, too.
Yep.
He's good people. I actually did an interview with him and his puppet, or with, I think his puppet is not alive, so it must have been him. His puppet was asking the questions, and I did the video. It was really fun, but it would have taken a lot of editing. I think he never got to it. Donald's really funny. Okay, let's talk some perky perks. Perky perks. So your featured perk. What's featured?
Yeah, that's both covers, Joe Ball and Rob Willis, plus the Ashcan preview. I got the idea from Ethan and USA Assassin guy, where they did 12 pages of their next book as like a Ashcan.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
That's very cool. Yeah, I saw a picture of that Jay Lee cover of
the variant.
The variant. I was like, holy cow, that is a great idea. Very cool. All right, so it includes both covers and the Ashcan preview, so that's pretty good, especially for $50. For what's right now, it's 52 pages, right? But it could be as much as 60.
Yep.
Testament Willis cover by Rob Willis, 14 claimed, and not being reprinted.
Nope. So that seems to be the most popular one, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, people got to collect Rob Willis. They love him. Joe Ball. People love Joe Ball, too. Testament Joe Ball cover, 4 of those.
Yeah, and I actually just added this like 20 or 30 minutes ago. The SOS tier you see there, those are leftover books from my last campaign, because I still haven't gotten around to setting up the Etsy store. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see. Yeah, so I literally set that up like 20 minutes ago, and already someone got it.
Oh, excellent. SOS, yeah. People do look for like the back titles that they miss, and it could be surprising. But it's like a publishing thing. It's like, all right, well, if you still have them, it's great to be able to get them. So that's SOS is your other series, Volume 2, Leftovers. So Leftovers is, what is this book? How many pages is this one?
That's 55, I think. And yeah, I have some add-ons for the Ashcan in Volume 1 if you missed out, and I can ship those. I know it says August, but I can ship it out immediately.
Nice. Yeah, I do the same thing. Like if there's something that you can ship immediately, boom, just get it out immediate. It's cool. People love it. They're so surprised. Joe Ball cover and Ashcan preview. Cool. Yeah, that cover with the logo on it, that looks really cool. It's a little tiny, but it looks really cool, man. Really cool. Hey, it's Past Master Dan. Let's say hi to Past Master Dan. Ah, yes. Good to see you, Joe. Good to see you, Past Master Dan. Yo. It's a pleasure, my friend. It's a pleasure.
I love the
All
pay.
right. Congratulations. Look, you're working your ass off. You're putting all this time and you're putting all this money into these books. And you're delivering. It's awesome. It's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, I found out that I go up in like money wise if I just deliver books on time. It's kind of crazy.
Well, obviously it's a natural thing. And also people, they're interested in sequels, and sometimes you do a new concept and it doesn't really resonate as well. Like Mermaids hasn't sold as much as College of the Dead did. And College of the Dead 2 was a sequel to 1, but we also had the benefit of being able to sell book 1 along with book 2. We actually sold more of book 1 the second time around as an add-on, essentially, than we sold the first time around. So I got to do College of the Dead 3. Got to get there too. But there's 1,000,001 things to do. This is, the higher your standards, the harder it is, right? That's kind of that's the game. That's the game. Okay, so SOS Leftovers, very cool. Joe Ball cover and Ashcan preview, only $30, damned reasonable. Willis cover, and there's a link to this in the description. Also, the lovely and talented Chimera, I know, put one in the chat as well. Willis cover and Ashcan preview, got it. All right, both covers, $40. So you get the Joe Ball cover and the Willis cover. Boy, no mediocre covers on you, huh? You won't stand for it.
No.
It's got to be either Joe Ball, Rob Willis. It's got to be somebody great.
Speaking of Joe Ball, he did some sketch cards. So those are 3 sketch cards you can get with all the books and everything.
Beautiful. And a complete set with sketch cards.
Yeah, I'm going to add more sketch cards next week or this upcoming week. Excuse me.
Excellent.
Yeah, probably just do one at a time. Instead of doing like a complete set, just do one sketch card at a time for $50.
You could snag original art by Rob Willis, his cover. $1,000. Reasonable for Rob Willis.
Yeah, he wanted me to charge $1,500. I'm like, I'll just charge it as reasonably as possible.
Yeah, well, yeah, as long as they're agreeable to it. Preston Acevedo's original art, 150 big ones, very reasonable.
They all sold out on the first day, actually.
People like your artists, man. Preston original painted art. Oh, Preston's slick. Yeah, he's very good with that. So he's got like the printed version, and I guess that goes on a board, and then that gets painted on the board.
Yeah, he scans the pencils.
Yeah, he's great with that. Awesome. The Joe Ball sold out. All right, so the original art, except for Rob Willis, this is sold out because, let's face it, $1,000 is not nothing. That's real money. But this looks like a great campaign. I would definitely recommend everybody check this out and back it. And something that helps a lot is even just sharing the campaign. Just one extra retweet. Because what's funny is we all see so much stuff. We see so much stuff on Twitter. I don't look at Facebook that much, but I go on there sometimes. But we all see so much stuff. Well, yeah. I mean, some friends use it, and then you get some direct messages, with a couple people. I have some friends also that are on Facebook that I'm like, they don't need to be knowing about what I'm doing on Twitter, or YouTube even. So sometimes I share it, sometimes I don't. So it's sort of like a separate little bubble that's in Facebook for me. That's how I run it. Let's watch the trailer, though. We have the opportunity. This is our chance. Here goes the trailer. And if you can't hear the sound, wave your arms, Chimera, and I won't be able to see them.
You gotta share audio, Adam. Adam, you gotta share audio.
A young swordsman fights for his survival. Okay, did I blow it? Yes, no. I blew it. Will I unblow it? Yes, I'll unblow it. We're going to do it right. Great to see Sketch Therapy.
Hey, Sketch.
Sketch is pointing out that a Game of Thrones mermaid book is a hard sell to anti-estrogen. Yeah, yes, it is. I made the book, some time ago. It was something I wanted to do, and then it's so funny because I've really made a lot of comics, and I've made comics at like a budget of a couple of $100, and I've made comics at a budget of like probably my top budget would have been 20 grand for a single issue, and not even 48 pages, like 24, whatever. And when I went to think about doing the Mermaids, because I hadn't really recently made comics in like 10 years, I voted Adam do the voiceover. I like that idea. I like the trailer, though. It's good too, Zolfrats. I got to reshare this. But I hadn't made comics for a while, so it was like, I forgot that if you're going to make comics and they're going to be good, then like, well, you got to put an incredible amount of effort into doing them. And then it sounds silly, but that's just the way it is. But we were going from a blank slate, and it wasn't a single character. It was like, oh, we're going to have this whole Game of Thrones style thing, right? Like, yeah, of course. And then I got into it, and I was like, oh, Jesus, this is massive. But then I had no deadline. So I was like, all right, well, we got no deadline to make this mermaid world. So, all right, if there's no deadline, then whatever, let's just keep making it. And so I spent like 3 years making the book. And then it was like, all right, now I'm going to publish it as a webcomic. And then I was like, oh, I published like 5-page panels as a webcomic. And then I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to make stupid webcomics. but the whole thing was, it was like an exercise. It was getting me back into publishing. But finally, I really liked how it all came together. And it's amazing. Like the whole team that we collaborated with to make them, a lot of the art is great. Not a wet comic, a webcomic. Well, yes. That's a good mermaid joke. Yeah, I was getting beat up with mermaid jokes the other day. Beat me up with mermaid jokes. Use me like a mermaid whose tail is stunned. No, not exactly like that. But yeah, it came out great. And then the other thing too is, when you work with creative people, you're hiring artists, you hire a writer, you hire an editor, you hire another artist as a designer, you hire another writer like to help with the dialogue and stuff, which we did. You're doing all this. It's not supposed to be just an exercise, because when people say they want to work on making comics and they put like a lot of time into it, and they contribute to it and they give it everything they've got, you want to put it out because it's for them too. It's, for their work to see print. And, it's not just for an exercise or some, movie deal or something like that. I'd love to do movies based on my comics. Hasn't happened yet. But this was to be done as something that was going to be published that people could show around their work. And one of the writers that worked on this, it was their first published work ever. So you really can't take that away from people. It's wrong. Exercise. There's a lot of exercise. So the long story short is I got myself into a bit of a trap on that project. So, but I could have published, I didn't have to publish it in Comicsgate. I could have published it some other way and just taken the loss and whatever. But I don't know. I was excited about it. All right. Testament graphic novel with voiceover by Adam Post. Chimera Comics.
In a post-apocalyptic world, a young swordsman fights for his survival. This science fantasy series takes place in the year 10,081 on the planet Vaughn. Vaughn is a harsh planet composed of 5 regions, each one ruled by antagonistic warlords. Our hero, Carl von Magnuson, is on a quest for revenge against the ruthless King Albrecht, who murdered his clan. Carl teams with a rebel group who intend to overthrow King Albrecht and restore order to the kingdom.
Order to the kingdom. This sounds like Red Gaze. I like it.
Don't miss this thrilling jaunt through the wastelands. Only on Indiegogo.
Covers by Joe Ball and Rob Willis. Get it today. Looking great, man.
Yeah, that was Vlad. He does the music, and he did soundtracks for Death Sworn and Monster MD, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, that synthwave dude.
Mhm.
Carla hooked me up with him. Yeah, sketch, by the way, good suggestion about putting a preview in there. It's just, it's not ready. Believe it or not, I lost the College of the Dead artist because of Comicsgate. Because he got scared by some other dopey comics editor. I think it's someone else that wanted to hire him away. So he's like, oh, that's going to affect your work. You can't do that, Javier. You know, you can't be working with comics. I'm like, well, you know, that's ridiculous. It's nonsense. I like how you typed me share audio. You got to yell it. I'm not paying attention. Share audio. Oh, well, that's a great trailer, guys. You really want to take a look at Testament. This is quality work. And here's Chimera. He's working hard away, trying to get things done. Joe Ball did a great job on that cover. This is just, it's great art. You know what's funny was I once hit up the Iron Skies guy as well, Chris, but like, hey, where did you get that artist from? I remember everybody really liked his art from Iron Skies 1.
Yep.
And yeah, he's a really nice guy too. I haven't seen him around lately, Chris. I hope I do. All right, guys, let's check this out. Is there anything that we don't know about Testament that we really ought to know by now?
Not yet. The first book kind of gives you a good introduction to the world, but books 2 and 3, it'll ramp up in action and so forth.
All right. And if you guys were thinking that, well, maybe they're not, you know, these crazy scientists are not, oh, sorry, that's the wrong link, are not working on turning monkeys and people into some other creature. Like, they really are. They really are. It's not good. We should be concerned. There's nothing we can do. But probably we should be listening to Alex Jones. And Zero Hedge has got a lot of cool stories, a lot of interesting, weird stuff and finance things. So it's definitely up my alley. But back, Testament, support Chimera. Let's share his campaign around. That, of course, doesn't even cost anything, but even your feature tier is only $50. So we're going to support you, Chimera. And thanks for being patient, waiting on me to get around to streaming. And I'm glad that I did. It's been a hell of a lot of fun.
Thanks,
guys. Oh, sorry. What were we going to say, Chimera?
No, just thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And great to see you guys. Great to see you too. Fenrir 5. Fenrir Fire. I can't even read it. I'm not getting glasses. Please don't tell me to get glasses. All right, I'll eventually get glasses. I was talking to my father earlier, who's not dead, amazingly. He's older, you know, but he's like, why? Just get glasses. I'm like, I don't want to get glasses. He's like, well, you can get these cheater glasses. I'm like, I'm not getting glasses. When I drive into like a tree or something that I couldn't see, that's when you know you need glasses. Thank you, Zofrats. See, Zofrats is wonderful. Everybody should be like Zofrats. Then Zofrats wouldn't be standing out as much. All right, what do you want? You want a water bear and human combination. How about an Adam Post and Chimera combination? We'll work on that for next time. Guys, great seeing you. Joe, great seeing you. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Zofrat, Sketch Therapy. Great to see you guys. We'll see you soon with another video. And, oh, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications because that makes great things happen. Good night, guys. Have a good one.